welcome to our latest edition of Spotlight on Success. I have the pleasure of sitting here with Kit Kloeckl, the Executive Director of Aunt Rita's Foundation. How are you doing today?
I am fine. How are you?
I'm good. So, Kit, I realize that some people have not heard about the greatest kept secret, which is Aunt Rita's Foundation. So can you tell our viewers what Aunt Rita's Foundation is and all the wonderful work you're doing?
Well, Aunt Rita's Foundation is about raising money for 20 ASOs, AIDS service organizations here in the Valley, in Maricopa and Pinal County. And it's also about education and awareness and hopefully prevention of HIV.
So you put on AIDS Walk.
Correct. We're putting AIDS Walk Phoenix.
Save Her Life, which you just had at the Art Museum.
Correct. Record year.
Record year. Awesome. Congratulations. It's
Thank
nice.
you.
You hear about nonprofits not making as much money, so it's really exciting when you hear about organizations that are having record-breaking events. So that's very good. That says you're doing some good work. And then you have a new event this year. And you want to talk about that event for a second?
Yes, our new event is RED, and it is on World AIDS Day. It is a World AIDS Day brunch to be held at the Renaissance Hotel downtown, and it will be an opportunity to celebrate some unsung heroes of the HIV community and to return our checks to our member agencies that the board will distribute, or what the board will determine what those amounts are after the walk, and we will present those checks at the brunch.
Okay, so let's talk about the checks for a second. So for folks that don't know about how Aunt Rita's works, you put these 3 events on throughout the year, AIDS Walk and Save Her Life, and now RED, your World AIDS Day brunch, and you raise money, and then you distribute that money at the end of the year to your 20 HIV and AIDS-related agencies.
Correct. Our bylaws say that the dollars that we produce at Save Her Life and AIDS Walk Phoenix must be returned and shared equally by our member agencies.
Okay.
So our other opportunities to fundraise throughout the year, the board may or may not decide to return those dollars. That we may use those dollars to further our education and awareness, programs. But those dollars are at the board's discretion. Okay. But the dollars are set from the 2 signature fundraisers.
So the monies raised from AIDS Walk and Save Her Life go directly to equally distributed to your 20 agencies, and then other fundraising opportunities, and it sounds like the Red Brunch may go towards your educational campaigns.
Correct.
And you're working on a really big educational campaign right now, aren't you?
Yes, we definitely are. And it actually came out of the AIDS Walk, out of a meeting that we had with Phoenix New Times, and an offer to run some awareness ads for HIV, and then a recognition that to do that for 6 months was a waste of everybody's time. So we decided the board then expanded our mission to include education and awareness, and then became the realization that there really wasn't any place to send people. So we have now come up with a website that we're working diligently on to produce and have up, called HIVAZ.org.
Okay, so HIVAZ.org will be the first place that anybody can go to. So if I am a doctor or a caregiver or a service provider, will my information be in HIVAZ.org?
Yes,
okay.
It will. And as a user, it is the place to go to find services. It's the place to go to find information if you've recently been diagnosed with HIV. And we know that a lot of times people are diagnosed and they don't know what to do. They don't know what the next step should be. They don't know that case management agencies exist and that people are there to help them. So this is a connector website. It connects people to care. It connects them to testing, connects them to prevention and to services. So it's not a site that's designed for people to spend a lot of time on that site. It will connect them to where they want to go.
To where they need to go in their journey, both as somebody who may have HIV, but is this for friends and family? Maybe they need support services. Maybe you're a spouse or a parent and have a child that is infected with HIV. Are there support services there for family members and friends as well?
Yes, all services related to HIV will be on the website.
So it's one-stop shopping, if you will,
One-stop
for
shopping.
anything related to HIV and AIDS in the state?
In the state of Arizona.
Wonderful.
So that the tagline is all things HIV in Arizona.
Buying a vehicle is a pretty big decision. At Camelback Volkswagen, there is a difference. It's not the Volkswagen, it's not the price. The difference is our commitment to you. It starts with our 24-hour test drive, 5-day no hassle return policy, so you get the right Volkswagen for you. At Camelback Volkswagen, the difference is nitrogen-filled tires, door guards, even service loaners for life. We're here for you even after the sale, and if you ever need anything, contact me directly. Experience the difference, the Camelback Volkswagen difference.
So let's talk about HIV right now and the perception that HIV is a gay disease. And I know one of the things that you and I have talked about in the past is that this is a disease that affects everybody. How do you get that message out, and what are the strides that Aunt Rita's is taking to make sure that people throughout our community, be they LGBT or allies, understand that this is a disease that affects everyone?
Well, this year we've added 3 committees to the walk. We've added the Hispanic Outreach Committee, the African American Outreach Committee, as well as the Native American Outreach Committee. And we're in discussions that we should also have a GLBT Outreach Committee, because in fact, when we look at the number of people that came to Pride, we certainly don't have that entire audience coming to the walk. But we know that this is everyone's disease. This disease does not discriminate. It will infect anyone. And having these committees, I think, provides a platform. We view the AIDS Walk as much more than just being a fundraiser. It is an opportunity to create awareness. And so having these committees, it gives these committees a platform to go out and talk to the community and talk to their respective communities.
So are these committees, clearly they are tied to your largest event, which is AIDS Walk, but they are out doing grassroots campaigns in the emerging or minority markets that or populations that they are serving? Yes.
For example, our African American Outreach Committee is working on having a candlelight walk the month prior to AIDS Walk, and including a health fair and a number of different things. They're working on it. So right now it's still rough. But the whole point is it's getting the African American community together. And here's the thing that we know is that we know that the African American community, for example, is very hard hit. But we also know we don't know how to reach out to them. We know that they need to be addressed in a way culturally that makes sense for them. And the same way with particularly, maybe even more so with the Hispanic community. We need to approach them in the way they would like to be approached, as opposed to the way I culturally might want to do it.
So Aunt Rita's, as an organization, is very aware of cultural competency and making sure that you have spokesmen and women that are representative in these minority communities, making sure that the conversations that they're having, be it in the Black or Hispanic or Native American or Asian communities, are culturally relevant conversations so that you can help educate the community.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Okay, let's talk a bit about the partnership with One Community and the benefits that you find from an organizational standpoint in being aligned with what we're doing over here at One Community.
Well, One Community has been just an awesome partner to Aunt Rita's Foundation for a number of years now.
Yeah.
I remember our first lunch.
You were a tough customer, as I recall. But yes, it's been 3 years now that we've been partners, and it's a flourishing partnership. And I feel like it gets more and more layered every year, which is very exciting. And this is obviously such an important partnership to One Community. We really applaud the work that you have going on over here at Aunt Rita's, and it has been so enjoyable to watch this organization really flourish. And the great strides that you're taking now, both with bringing another event to our community, and I believe you have 2 pretty decently known co-chairs on that event, don't you?
Yes, we do. Our co-chairs for Red are Kirk Baxter and Nicole Stanton, the First Lady of Phoenix.
So you have a very well-known and respected HIV and AIDS activist, and then you have the First Lady, who is indeed such a huge ally of our LGBT community. And I know her story in understanding and really being involved in the HIV and AIDS community is such a personal one. So congratulations, they're wonderful co-chairs. This sounds like an amazing event, and it's coming up in December, right? December 1st?
Yes, December 1st, Saturday, December 1st.
So it's always a brunch, and is it always on the 1st?
Well, that's yet to be decided, but I think that we may end up that it's always a Saturday the closest to World AIDS Day, and that it'll always be a brunch.
Well, that's a nice way just to kind of start your holiday, isn't it, right?
Yes.
With a celebration, and people will come out, celebrate the work that Aunt Rita's has been doing throughout the year, and then we get to be there for the check presentation to your 20 HIV and AIDS-related agencies.
Correct.
Very cool. And then we get to hang out with the First Lady of Phoenix and a very well-known and respected HIV and AIDS activist in Kirk Baxter. That is awesome. Is there anything you want to add? Nothing. He's speechless.
I'm speechless.
If you don't know or haven't been to Aunt Rita's Foundation's website, we certainly suggest that you go there. This is a very proud partnership. Kit, you have done amazing work. We've been very humbled to have the opportunity to work beside you in the work that you've done in Aunt Rita's. We've watched this come out of a second bedroom into your offices and watch this organization grow by leaps and bounds on a yearly basis. So our hats off to you and the fine work you're doing.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.